Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon or join our Discord server. You guys can click the cards, apparently. I still don't really understand how these end card things work, but I hope that you guys click on them.
Your best.
I'm trying because, okay,
shitty YouTuber.
so in my channel statistics, you can basically see, like, who has clicked on the end cards, and because, like, I only recently put in the end cards, it's, like, 0, but I know that it's not, like, actually 0, like, it's just because it's 0 in comparison to the 30 days of the month. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, it's a statistical, it's, like...
anomaly.
Yeah, so, like, for example, like, if you had 6 zeros and then one, like, one, like, the zeros would be overtaking that 1. You know what I mean? Math. Good job. Anyway, we're here to do another not so social or not so
social. I'm aware we're not so social. This is our 6th day in this fucking.
Not so exact science. Because math is. Anyways, so we're talking about psychology. Basically, we're talking about Emerald Psyche today. So that's what I mean by not an exact science. Math is an exact science. I would consider. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about the inside of Emerald's head. So obviously, she produced a very disturbing image of Salem.
Creepy as shit. Honestly, like this.
I don't remember if either of us screamed when that happened. I don't think that
I was genuinely very disturbed. If I was,
I don't remember.
I
how
was
I looked
quiet
like
about
now.
how disturbed I was. I don't know if it showed well.
Yeah,
But
so we're talking about Emerald's mind. So I don't think, so a couple people think that Salem has really been like this in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not on that theory camp. I basically, I'm gonna explain, here's what I think.
It's accurate.
Yeah, well, it looks like her, but that doesn't mean that she does that, like, finger thing.
Oh, the fingers! Well, finger stuff freaks me out. Which is a sentence out of context is, yeah, you have weird fingers! Oh, God!
You guys
couldn't
they're
see bent
that.
out of hell!
But,
I'm
what do you call it? Double-jointed?
Yes. Oh,
I'm double-jointed, and so,
did your mother not love you enough?
No,
did you, like, get them run over by a tricycle? What
what's this one? What's this finger called?
The one in between your middle and pinky?
Yeah, so it's...
The entirely
my ring finger, I guess,
ring
like,
finger,
it's,
You're inconsequential.
yeah,
it
it goes. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm not of the camp that Salem has actually done that creepy shit before.
Nah, no.
I think that is how Emerald sees her, and I think that's a much more interesting route for the show to go, personally, because if they're like, oh no, Salem totally did that, like, that's like, okay, I guess
I feel like it's
scary.
gonna be awkward for them, because, cause when Salem was first teased at the end of Volume 3, everyone for, like, a whole, like, 7 months thought, like, oh, she's gonna be creepy as shit. Then we see her for the first time, and she's Mom Salem.
Yeah.
She's Mom Salem. And so I feel like it's gonna be awkward that they see her and they're gonna be like, she's gonna be some creepy-ass, giant, bendy finger, double-jointed monstrosity like yourself.
Well,
Cal.
that is kind of...
Except you're slightly less pale.
I guess that's kind of the idea, is that...
But
you know,
then
they've heard all these
her,
terrible...
right?
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying.
And then she'll be a mom,
well,
and they'll be very confused.
So,
well, I wasn't either.
Okay, well, so they have heard all these things about Salem, and RWBY seems to have these preconceived notions about Salem and what type of person she is, because of what Cinder has done, and not about, like, what Salem has done herself, right? And so RWBY has all of these ideas about Salem that, not to say that they're not necessarily true, but they're based off of, like, if you judged Ilya for what Adam did, like, that wouldn't be very fair, you know what I mean? Or even the other way around, or if you judged Adam for what Ilya, you know what I mean? And so that's the same thing. You can't really judge Salem for what Cinder's doing, because Cinder is disobeying behind the screen a lot of the time, and so that's not really a fair assessment, RWBY, no offense.
Yeah, RWBY, stop being so unfair to the demon lady.
Okay, listen. So, for Emerald, I think it's sort of the same thing, like, or I guess I should say, when Team RWBY goes to see Salem, they're gonna be very surprised that everything that they seemingly understand about her is kind of, or I should say mostly untrue, or mostly has been exaggerated. But that's like the Wicked Witch of the West stories in the first place, so if you guys think about Wicked for a brief second, I know one of you was like, Wicked and Kingdom Hearts, my 2 favorite things, so that one
like,
person,
what?
that
There's
one person.
another one?
Yeah, I know.
It isn't just you?
I know.
Okay.
It was pretty nice. And so, in Wicked, so basically they spread all these rumors about Elphaba, that she has an extra eye that's always awake, that she can shed her skin, well, she's giving rebel animals food and shelter. That one's actually true.
Okay,
and
so,
then,
yeah, all this ridiculous, the last one.
and then, that her soul is so unclean, of course, water can melt her. So that is the 4 rumors, but one of them's true.
Well, 2 of them, because water melts her, doesn't it?
No, not in the
does it?
musical, anyway.
Okay. Well, not for nothing, right? But, like, the water in the air, wouldn't she just always have a rash?
I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of like Salem. Like, obviously, Salem's not, like, that spooky. She doesn't have extra eyes. Like, her skin, like, you know what I mean? But no, that's Wicked. But I'm saying, like, in RWBY, it's sort of the same concept. Like, it's not that Salem has those twisty fingers all the time, or that she, like, screams like a hell beast. Like, none of that's true, but rather, I'm concerned for Emerald's mental health, if that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Because that is a very... You know when you... Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but, like, sometimes therapists will get kids to draw stuff for them. Like, if that makes sense, like, they'll get kids to draw or whatever, and sometimes kids draw very scary
Did the
things.
nice lady take you to a dark room offside and ask you if you could...
but
draw the voices in your
okay,
head?
so actually something did happen to me like that.
Christ.
When I was in grade, like, kindergarten or whatever, when I was in kindergarten, I drew this all black picture, like, just all black, like, it was just all black paint. And apparently, if your child, like, uses, like, colors like that, or does, like, art like that, it's concerning, like, for their psyche.
Yeah,
and
but
so,
they weren't wrong, now that I know you.
So they tried to figure out why I
God.
drew that, because they were a bit
fucked up.
disturbed. But apparently the answer I gave is that I was drawing the forest from Snow White, where it's all dark and the trees are all creepy or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I guess they let me go. They were like, oh, okay,
hilarious.
I guess she's drawing something from a Disney
my
movie.
God.
But yeah. Apparently that, I don't remember this incident. My mom tells me about that. So yeah, this is basically Emerald's, like, painting...
all black painting?
This is
so
Emerald's all black
fucked up, Cal.
painting, you know what I mean? Like, this is how she really sees Salem. She sees her as this sort of monster that killed her friend, basically, or her girlfriend, whatever you guys want to call her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how she sees Salem. And it's not that Salem is actually like that, but that is how, like, Emerald's mind interprets her as this sort of monster because of everything that she's done rather than what she actually looks like, and I think that's very interesting. And RWBY doesn't go into... Not that it doesn't go into, like, psychological stuff. Like, obviously
it does. It definitely did
I mean,
with
I'm
Yang.
not done yet.
Okay, well.
Not to say that it doesn't, Hunter. That's literally what I just
listen,
said.
right? You drew an all-black painting. I'm a little scared of you.
With Yang's stuff, they obviously went into that with Ruby's nightmares. Blake obviously, like, has, like, signs of someone that has been emotionally and, like, physically abused, sort of thing. And Weiss's loneliness, for the abuse of her father. Like, all of that stuff, right?
We can't even begin to talk about Zwei. Like, that poor creature.
And so they have gone into these topics.
He was a rescue, Cal. Don't scoff.
RWBY has gone into these topics before, but I think that this thing that they've done with Emerald is really telling, and I hope that they do go into it more, because, like, I don't want to sound cliche, I guess, but, like, it's like, if we could really look inside of each other's heads, I wonder what we would find there, basically. Like, everybody's different interpretation of how they see the world. And so, yes, they've covered PTSD, they've covered stuff like that, but this is really a... I don't want to say I mean, it is a hallucination, because that's what Emerald does, but it's a very exaggerated look at Salem, and, like...
I mean, they also had
I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So
you had to make her look scary.
Like, but I don't think she did that intentionally. She just got upset and she did it, right? Because Mercury said that they had to go. Maybe that's how she views
Salem after Salem was sort of indirectly responsible for...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. And so...
Imagine if she
I can't think of the right word for it, but I think...
walking out with, like, a tray of cookies, like, hello, everyone!
I think that you guys kind of understand what I mean by it's a different sort of mental thing than the PTSD or the other stuff that we've seen. Does that
it's
make
just
sense?
how she views something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's almost like a nightmare.
It was like that machine from Rick and Morty where it's like like they strap him up to Jerry's head and he imagines his wife.
Yeah,
wife
yeah,
is a
like
giant
stuff
monster,
like that.
something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And so it's this weird, like, almost like if you've seen people do hypnosis and then they sort of reveal what they actually think of people, like that's kind of like this. And I feel like that's so interesting. Like I just feel like this is a very cool topic, so to speak. And so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I don't really have all that much to say. Don't be afraid of me. I don't draw just black paintings anymore.
Didn't you also, like, once, like, you went to, like, a birthday party and they made pizza and you didn't put cheese on yours because you didn't realize that cheese would melt into what was on top
that
of
was
pizzas?
me. Why are you telling them that?
Because that's less hilarious than the all-black painting, but it is still pretty good.
I have a lot of childhood anecdotes
All right,
that I would like to do in a
remember
video.
do you remember the house hippo?
Yeah.
So if you live in Canada, there was.
Oh my
like,
god, Hunter, we gotta end this episode, so...
I mean, it is okay. Well, I can't just bring up the house hippo.
Okay,
and
well,
not...
go ahead.
All right,
just
listen,
finish.
right? Like we all have long videos. It's okay. We
Okay,
ramble.
go ahead.
So there was the house hippo, and it was like the Canadian government made this video about a house hippo, and it was supposed to be all like. It's like a nature documentary about this hippo that lives in your house, and then the message at the end of it was like, that looked realistic, but you know it couldn't be true. Like, you know, listen to what's on TV. Think critically. They may be lying to you. But it totally missed me, because I saw that house hippo ad, and I was like, well, they must be real. And so I would look for the house hippo.
Oh boy. Anyways. So yeah, that was about Emerald Psyche, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video.
Dude, we're taking a break after this video, and we're looking up that house hippo.
If you did, I hope that you guys will pledge to us on Patreon or join our Discord server, and we will see you later. Bye, guys!